Hey, could you call Todd Spitzer's office and tell him that Susan Bassey is here? I'm an investigative reporter. I'm going to be writing a story on his office.
Okay, you'd have to go to the reception.
To the front? Okay.
To right there.
Okay, thank you. Hi. Hi. I wanted to leave a message. Yes, I am.
Miss Bassey is here, and Miss Bassey is being Miss Bassey, and I caught her on camera turning on her camera/video function on her iPad. I can't confirm she's not recording or not, but she is acting very Miss Bassey-like. If you can please give me a call, we can get some direction from you, what you want me to do. I'd be really appreciated. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Officer? Excuse me? This is Susan Bassey, and nearly 30 years ago, Orange County in Southern California declared bankruptcy. A county that has billions of dollars in an annual budget cost taxpayers millions of dollars because of public corruption. And only one public employee was held accountable for that scandal. He served a brief period of time in jail. And public corruption arises when public employees and elected officials are indifferent, incompetent, or corrupt. And Orange County is also the center of the snitch scandal, the traffic ticket scandal, and more recently, we've become aware that it is the birthplace of private judging and a business that was formed in Orange County by the name of Jams. Excuse me, officer. Excuse me. Hi. Do you work for the district attorney's office?
Yes, I do.
My name is Susan Bassey, and I am doing a story here, and I've been trying to let people know and see if anybody has any comment. And they shut the window on me over there. Elected district attorneys manage and supervise the prosecutors in their office, and these are the most powerful law enforcement officers in a community. They are supposed to prosecute crimes as a matter of public safety. They're supposed to pursue the truth, and they're supposed to protect crime victims. But we find over and over again the culture of using snitches, which is a way of cheating because a prosecutor doesn't really have the evidence they need to convict a jury, continues in Orange County. But this is a video about snitches and incentivized witnesses associated with private judging.
That would have started in 2015. So I can pull up the police report.
Right.
So informant sounds like maybe more of a do-gooder. Snitch sounds like maybe it's somebody who saw something true and is reporting what happened. Incentivized witness is somebody whose testimony is bought and sold, and they will say whatever they need to get the goods, right?
It was good.
And so that's what we had here. We had two witnesses who are lying to save themselves from a life in prison.
In 2017, a member of the Orange County District Attorney's Office called a newly divorced young mother and told her that her former husband had been involved in a drug trafficking ring on college campuses with Sammy the Bull Gravano. He had been charged with multiple felonies before they were married, and he had testified or been a snitch against Sammy the Bull Gravano in a manner that had resulted in his successful prosecution and incarceration. They warned her that they were fearful of her safety because Sammy the Bull Gravano was scheduled to be released from prison a few months later. But rather than provide her protection, they threw her back to the family court, where her husband hired Keith Dolnick, a notorious divorce attorney whose brother is an Orange County Superior Court judge. Because you must know, you were just telling them that you thought it was corrupt down in Orange County with private judging, but you must know that Rule 2.818, none of you are complying with that.
Do you want to talk about
We first met Keith Dolnick in 2017 when a number of clients asked him to talk to me, and he thought he was going to get positive media coverage for his case wins related to private judges not making their disclosures. But by early 2020, Keith Dolnick was in the Private Judge Club, and this is what he was doing with the members of that club when I showed up with my camera.
Private judging, because I really would like to talk to you about private judging. Mr. Daly, you make a lot of money. Oh, excuse me, that's assault. You don't have any right to do that, Mr. Daly.
We have up here, we have information.
I'm sorry, did you just call me crazy? Mr. Daly, you just physically assaulted my iPad where I was filming you.
Anyway,
Mr. Daly, you are one of the most
you.
corrupt,
Nice talking to you
allegedly,
guys.
attorneys
Take care.
in private judging. And you are continuing to make money. And Mr. Daly, you started your career in the Elkins case, representing pro-pers. And now you are involved in sanctioning people. You are involved in going after vexatious litigants like you did Diana Dong for Brad Baugh. Mr. Daly, are you aware of that? We can go all day long and I'll report you to the police for touching my camera. That was very unappellate attorney-like conduct. Mr. Daly, you do not have a right to touch a photographer's video. You will be on YouTube by tomorrow. And I'm happy. Oh, good, you're going to the same level I am with my car. We can chat about this in the elevator. Mr. Daly, you just physically accosted me and my camera.
Orange County is the birthplace of private judging. It's where Jack Trotter formed JAMS. And as that was going on, we've exposed all of the little clubs that they had up in Silicon Valley that was fueling private judging, because these businesses deal with arbitration clauses in employment. But when it comes to private judging, that's when they get people to agree to use an attorney and pay them to be the judge in their case. The proceedings are supposed to be open, but we find over and over again the lawyers do everything they can to keep the public out, including lying about the fact that the proceedings are open to the public.
Well, I'm actually preparing to sign an agreement for a prenuptial.
Okay.
And my attorney had told me to, look into, he preferred to use JAMS, and opposing counsel was looking to use signature resolutions.
Okay.
And so he said, just look into things on your own. So I was wondering, do you guys have like actual public hearings that we can witness, or how does that work?
So we do not offer like public hearings. What we could do is get you in contact with one of the our neutral's case managers, and they could provide you with like information as to like how everything works, possibly like example ones, like if there's like that's what you're interested in, and they could like help you like find the neutral that may best like suit your specific what you're like looking for and stuff like that.
Okay, that's great. Because then there's like going to be people who are more qualified.
Yeah, these are our like business managers, and they also are case managers. So Denise Mitchell and Hannah, they're both essentially the people in charge of this particular building. Were you looking to have your the case like in Orange County? You mentioned LA.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just my girlfriends. They live up. Actually, bizarrely, they live in Northern California, Atherton. But then they used an office in LA, and so But then she said, "Oh yeah, we were on the phone the whole time," and I thought I'd never heard of anything like that.
Yeah.
And just we're in Orange County, so that makes perfect sense for us.
Yeah. That makes
So
sense.
there's no way for her to watch what there's nothing public that they do, that there's no way for her to watch.
There's no like public hearings in our offices. They're all in a private setting.
Private judge proceedings as a matter of law are still open to the public, but JAMS engages in deceptive business practices to lock the public out and to convince people paying them a great deal of money that the proceedings are private. They also form foundations for tax purposes, and with those foundations, they advance police narratives to thwart excessive force and misconduct claims. They also assist government in deflecting protests and people who protest their government, and they advance private judging, arbitration, and mediation all across the country and the world without foundation money.
Going down?
Yes.
Please.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Getting married, and they want to put a private judge clause in her prenup, and we'd never heard of that before.
Private judge clause, meaning that if you get divorced, you're going to go to a private judge?
Yes, and they're arguing over jams and signature resolutions.
Well, jams is good. Please. Yeah. Huh. Never heard of that one.
Thank you.